Here we have a 2023 on a 23 registration. Mercedes-Benz Tourismo Axis, 53-seat, PSVR compliant executive coach. So we have 3 of these, triplets, pretty much all the same. And we're offering them for sale on behalf of Atlantic Travel up in Bolton. As I said, you've seen one, you've seen all 3. Unfortunately, this one's had a bit of pain over the weekend. However, that will be repaired prior to sale. This one has also got its original wheel trims fitted. The other one that's here hasn't, and I'm not sure about the third one. So we ain't going to advertise with wheel trims. If you get wheel trims, it's a bonus. Power operated centre continental door is fitted. As you can see, the entrance has been narrowed on these 12.2 metres because the floor gets extended to fit 53 seats in. Under the bonnet, Euro 6 Mercedes-Benz OM936 engine. That is the smaller engine, which is part of the Access package. That's driven through Mercedes' own 12-speed automated power shift gearbox. Again, there wasn't an option for ZF on the Access model. Reverse cameras fitted, as you can see, but getting back to the drivetrain, a lot of people think you're going to lose power because of the smaller engine. Well, the only time you'll notice it, really, from what I've been told, and I haven't driven one myself, is fully loaded on a long incline, not necessarily a steep incline. I know Ron Simpson up in Aberdeen runs one, and he says if you come out of Aberdeen on the bypass down to Stonehaven, it climbs. It's a long, slow climb. You can see the wagons sort of slowing down up it. He says, and going up there loaded, you'll lose maybe 5 or 6 kilometres an hour. He said, but other than that, you don't really notice the difference. Luggage wise, yes, we've got a wheelchair lift in there, but these Turismos, even the 12 metres, always have had a good amount of luggage space. So in fairness, it's still pretty good. Okay, so as mentioned, we have got the side mounted wheelchair lift. We've got Hanover LED destination displays to front, side and rear, cleverly fitted, not in the window, because I just think that's, I know when you're converting something it's hard to start cutting into stretch panels, but you don't want it impeding a passenger's view. That's perfect. Anyway, as we jump on board now, I'm going to take you back to the 70s and 80s. National Bus Company days. In National Bus Company days, you had your National Express coaches. Well, they were just national then, plain white, and they were still like Leopards and stuff like that with Plaxton Supreme bodies or duple dominants. And then you had the downgraded ones, which had what we call grant doors, which were bus doors. That allowed them to be eligible for the bus grant back then. And they were like maybe 11-metre Leopards with 47 seats in, and a cab door and a ticket machine and everything else. And they were painted halfy, either poppy red and white or leaf green and white. They were called DPs, dual purpose vehicles. I remember when I first started at Shearings, we had some Tigers Paramounts that were designated DPs because we used them on service. And the only reason they were DPs, they were still touring spec, but they had destinations in the cab door and a ticket machine stand. In today's world, this would be a DP. Okay, that's what it'd be. It's got 53 seats, but the fixed seats, they're not recliners. There's no sideways movement. They've got 3-point seat belts, maquette, no leather, maquette, Billy Basic. Okay, no curtains. Okay, there's no. This is a no frills vehicle. It's Turismo. What Mercedes have done, they stripped back the Turismo as much as they can to make it sort of a budget PSVR compliant vehicle that can be used on school contracts, interurban express services, that sort of thing. Okay, we have got wood effect lino to the floor. We are fully air conditioned. That goes without saying. All the rack fixtures and fittings are still pretty much the same. We have a centre sunken toilet unit, but again, no drinks facility, there's no screens. However, as far as monitors go, I really don't think you need them anyway in this day and age. Everybody's got their own screen, in fairness. We are PSVR compliant. You have got 2, 4, 6 seats on quick release tracking. That gives you space for 1 wheelchair. Okay. But look, they're functional. They're not... Whilst I describe them as an exec, to me, I think most people, if it's got a toilet in, they'll describe it as an exec. These are stripped back to the bare bones and built for a job. Okay, you've got the protection screens there, which again harks back to those National Bus Company dual purpose days that a lot of you won't even know what the hell I'm talking about. But they are what they are. You know, you're buying this to do a job. You're not buying it to go all over Europe on extended tours, are you? It'll do private hire, it'll do football and ramblers at the weekends, it'll do school contracts, as I said, Interurban Express, that sort of thing. Nothing much changed down here. Standard Tourismo dash, as you can see. What I call keyless ignition, although you've still got to put the thingy in the slot. Don't know what it's called, so we'll call it a thingy. Right, with your push button ignition. But you've got your multifunction steering wheel, you've got your multimedia system, that's got Bluetooth connection. You know, that's a far better system, that air conditioning control, than the older Turismos. You've got lane departure warning, you've got automated emergency braking system, you've got adaptive cruise control, you've got a fridge in the dash. Mileage on this one, this is a little bit lower than, we've got CMK over there, CMU isn't here. This one's done slightly under 200,000 kilometres. CMK over there has done slightly over, so I'm guessing they're all around the 200,000 kilometres mark. Just show you that in case it's applicable or important to anybody. Courier seat finishes the job, but as I said, they are built to a spec for a particular job. But to all intents and purposes, when you pull up in one, it's still a Merc Turismo, and people will still see that badge and think it's Primo. So to recap, it's a 2023 on a 23 registration Mercedes-Benz Tourismo Access 53 seat PSVR compliant executive coach.